Today on the quick review, we're looking at this, the Justop DashCam. A cheap dashcam from eBay. Is it any good? Let's have a look. So here's what's in the box. We've got the camera, we've got the rear view camera, we've got the cable into from the rear view camera to the main camera, we've got the mount, instruction book and power cables, which I won't be needing. So first off, let's have a look at the build quality of the camera. It's quite lightweight. It seems to have an aluminium case, which is good. Keeps the weight down because I'm not sure that bracket will be able to hold too much weight. We've got a USB port on the bottom. Got a few buttons on the side. SD card slot, which is good. That's about it, I think. The mount just screws in the top and holds it like so. Very straightforward. So the instruction book, first half of it is in Chinese. Not very helpful. There is an English section. Gives you all the functions of the camera, what all the different bits are. Like I say, lists all the functions. But it doesn't give you any fitting instructions, so not a lot of use. So I'll have to try and figure out how to fit it. This is the cable which powers the rear view camera. There's two connections on it. Here's the rear view camera. One side obviously goes into this. And the other side is this jack, which I think will go into this little jack port here, which the manual identifies as the after pulling interface. So I guess that's it. And then we basically will run the cable along the length of the car and mount the rear camera in the back. So I've mounted the camera on the windscreen and the cable just plugs in the top, and I've just ran it up the side here, pushed it up the front of the windscreen, down over the A-pillar, and I've just fed it on the inside of the rubber, down the door frame, all the way to the bottom, and then I brought it across underneath the dash and through the steering wheel adjustment. Now I've found this cable to be a little bit short. I would have liked it a bit longer, so I could have made it a bit neater and tucked it away a bit more, but because of the length, I've already managed to get it looking like this, but it's not too bad. Let's look at the quality of the camera. So let's go for a drive and see how it looks. So the quality seems okay. There's a lot of contrast lost between the darks and the shadows. I'm not sure if it's 1080p, that's what it's supposed to be, but the quality doesn't look that great. The nighttime quality is not too great either. As you can see, there's a lot of noise on it, probably because the ISO has to be pumped right up to bring any light in. I'm guessing because the sensor's so small, and you're getting a lot of lens flare or detail. It's pretty much washed out. Not really that useful if you need any information from it. We haven't tested the rear camera yet and how easy it is to plug it in, so it's pretty straightforward. With these two jacks in, links to the cables, and this cable plugs into the top here. As you can see, that seems to work, so there's nothing complicated about it. Mounting the rear camera should be fairly straightforward. Again, I'm just going to run the cable along the inside of the headliner. Again, on the inside of the door rubber along the top of the door, over the central pillar, down the door rubber on the rear door, and then sort of tuck it into the plastic trim here. Then I'm going to run the cable between the headliner and the rubber at the back, and then try and feed it through into the rear hatch boots. So there we go, there's my review. Yep, the quality isn't great, but it was £25 for 2 cameras. So is it worth it? Maybe. You decide.